Hi there, Mark Lieber, A3GMunitions.com here. I am going to show you guys today a new product we have for the VR80 shotgun. Safety first, we're going to put our goggles on, our glasses here, and I've got a customer's VR80 here. You can see I've got a chamber flag in here. The chamber is indeed empty, magazine is empty, the magazine well is empty. This is a factory VR80 as it sits. What we're going to do, if you guys have not seen the Long Handguard, this is an extended handguard from Rock Island Armory. They make 4 flavors. You can see all of them on my website, A3GMunitions.com. Holding this up next to the other one, you can see it's quite a bit longer than the factory handguard. Why is this helpful? Because in the middle of this, about in the middle of this handguard, right about where my hand is the gas ports. If you're holding it here and you're shooting a match, or you're shooting some extended fire, or you're shooting 10, 15 rounds, it's going to get hot right here. Not a whole lot of places to go on this handguard unless you want to cover up your front sight. Put an extended handguard on it, you can reach farther out. You have a lot more options with respect to holding it and keeping your hand out of harm's way with the gas ports. So we are I'm going to show you real quick our new extended handguard adapter. These are for adding an extended handguard to a VR80 when you want to use a compensator as well, okay? So what we do, very simple, make sure your gun's safe. Again, make sure it's unloaded. On safe is always a good idea, even when it's unloaded. Empty mag well. I like to have a chamber flag in the gun at all times when I'm working on it. That way there's no question. Okay, this shroud twists off. It unscrews here. All right, hold on to that. You'll need it if you ever want to put the old handguard back on, but for our purposes today, we're not going to use it again. So hold it by the top of the mag well, put it on a solid surface, hold it right here, and just wiggle the handguard off. Handguard comes off very easily, front sight comes off with it. If you are one of those folks who likes your iron sights and you're going to use that front sight, make sure you're replacing the rail with an extended rail that has a Picatinny rail on the front. This one is a Rock Island extended rail that does not have a front sight Picatinny rail. It's got a rear. These are great if you're using a red dot and you don't need anything out on the front of the gun. What we're going to install today is one of our A3GMunitions joint venture carbon fiber handguards. These are not available yet. You guys are pinging me regularly saying, when can I get one? When can I get one? Guys, I'm hoping by July, middle of July, we'll have these out. The challenge right now, as you know, is COVID. Everybody's working from home. Hard to manufacture handguards when everybody's working from home. So hopefully those will be out mid-July, maybe early July if we're lucky. So as you can see, I've got my handguard off the gun. Make sure while you got it apart, this is the little knurled nut that secures the gas piston in place. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your handguard. They all slide on the same way, whether it's ours, our carbon fiber, whether it's a Rock Island version. Slide it on. And at the end, it'll have to fit through a little hole. It sort of snaps in place. Then we take our handguard adapter. One end of it is knurled. You'll see some cutouts along the bottom. Those cutouts mimic the factory cutouts because, don't know if you can see it, but in the end of that, there's a plastic washer that also has some serrations on it. Same thing in here. We've got the same plastic washer in here. So our adapter will bite into that and will not come undone. It won't unscrew. So you do not need a strap wrench. Tighten it down. You'll feel it get tight. Okay, once it gets there, just put a good turn on it. Just hand tight, guys. Don't go crazy with this. No pliers, no strap wrenches. That's good, okay? Now, you can see we've got threads hanging out of the end. On the factory extended handguards, when you buy it, you get a shorter one of these, and it sucks up all the threads. So that's what we've done. We've designed one that still leaves you enough threads to now take the comp of your choice. This happens to be the medium comp. The customer in this case, the customer wants a medium comp. We have them all. We have the long, short, and medium. What I do is I screw it on all the way, guys. Just screw it on get it all the way down. See where it ends up. Okay, clearly the gun is like this. That's not timed right. It's actually upside down. So I'm going to turn it back half a turn. I'm going to look down it, make sure it's where I want it. Now I will tell you this, guys, if you're a competitive shooter, a lot of competitive shooters will time this. They'll clock it just a tad right or a tad left. The way they determine where they want it, so if I'm a righty, the mass of my body is here. When I shoulder the gun, it's going to go up and to my right since I'm a right-handed shooter, okay? The mass of my body here is keeping it from going up and to the left. So it's going to go up and to the right. Some guys will, to prevent that or minimize that, they'll clock it just a hair right, and that way the upward forces on the muzzle will keep the gun sort of centered, okay? Lefties, just the opposite. Lefties are mounting it on this shoulder. There's nothing really over here to support it. It's going to go up and to the left, so lefties are going to clock it a little bit left. Me, I'm OCD as can be, so I'm going to put it right dead in the middle where it looks pretty. And now, when you get these compensators from me or from the factory, wherever you get them, the screws are already sort of tight. So what I do is I give them about 1/8 of a turn initially, okay, and I alternate. So I'll go 1/8 of a turn on this one. I'll go 1/8 of a turn on this one. Okay, once I get it a little snug, I'll check it, make sure it's where I want it still. It is. So now I'm going to give it another couple of 8 turns. You'll hear it crack like that. Do not oil these, folks. I know the temptation is to take the screws out, put oil on them so they turn smoother, but then they will work themselves out. Don't put oil on them. You don't even need Loctite. So snug them up to where the comp is firm. I would say a total of, maybe a half a turn total from where it starts. It will be tight when you take so you're ready to go. The gun is ready to take to the range. What I would encourage you to do, especially on the long compensator and the medium compensator, it may walk on you. They're big and heavy, and the recoil of the gun may mean you need to take your Allen wrench with you to the range and give it another 1/8 of a turn just to keep it from walking. So take it to the range, tighten it up. Don't go crazy with it at home, guys, because what you'll see when you get your compensator is on the sides of the comp, the metal is cut. The screws I'm tightening are actually squeezing the metal of the comp onto the threads on the end of the muzzle. Don't go crazy. Don't torque the heck out of it. Again, this little set of Allen wrenches, it's a 5/32 Allen wrench, by the way. This won't put a lot of torque on it, so I won't be able to hurt it, but you don't want to go crazy with some gorilla kind of force here. So anyway, that's it. I hope this was helpful. These are available on our website right now, these adapters. The adapter comes by itself. In the package, you'll have a little business card with our logo on it, a description of the product, a QR code you can scan to watch this video about the installation, as well as a link you can actually type in if you want to watch the installation. So anyway, if you have any questions, reach out to us. And listen, have a great day. Hope to see you on the range. Thank you.